This is a two-part video on breathing. Now, this is important because this is the essence of everything that it means to be alive. And I know that sounds broad, but if you don't breathe, you lose your connection to your body because A, you suffocate and die, but B, you cut off the sympathetic parasympathetic nervous system communication. And now, that may sound like, okay, I want to focus on training and then the breathing is over here, but they are integrated. And if you don't have your breath, you don't have a feeling of where you are to proprioceptively locate yourself in your body. And that's important because a big part of this process is understanding how to feel and use your body to create tension in your muscles. Now, the first step is going to be understanding how to breathe, understanding some of the different ways you want to focus because the breath will set the repetition. Then we're going to go in the second part, talk about range of motion, how far we're going to move. So first, let's talk about how to breathe. Now, you have two different types of breathing. You have apical breathing, which is upper chest, that's up here, and then diaphragmatic breathing, which is more down. You're pulling down the diaphragm and using the entire column of your abdomen to expand for breath. Now, most people, when they breathe, they get shallow, they're short, and they breathe in through their mouth. It's very, you could call it the 4-pack. It's very sympathetic, stressed breath. What we want to do is learn how to channel it into a deeper breathing. So we're going to go through an exercise called Swami that I learned from my friend Richard Aceves. Is brilliant, and so there's a lot more to explore here. I'm just going to briefly cover this because it's an exercise I want you to do to kind of set this intention for breathing. But we're going to focus on that and then show you how to breathe as we go through exercises, because that will show you when you're ready to stop. Because in this program, and I think for most things moving forward, we're cutting out the reps. I'm no longer going to have you focus on counting reps. We're going to focus on the breath. When you lose that fight, meaning there is an active sympathetic, I'm going to intentionally work on something, that's a fight. When I lose that and I zone out or I get scared or I start spazzing, that's flight. I'm losing, that's reactive. I want to stay active. I want you to stay focused on what you're doing, and that happens by paying attention to your breath. So briefly to overview this idea of Swami, which is Richard's exercise, is the name for this process. It's a process of engaging the breath to contract a set of muscles and to relax into a set of muscles. Now, you can think of the body in terms of internal and external torque. Internal torque are the things I would punch with. I'm driving, I'm pushing internally, I'm creating this internal torque. That's your psoas, your VMO, your adductors, your glutes, your calves, tibialis, your pecs, part of the obliques, your transverse abdominis, your triceps. It's this set of muscles. So as you inhale, you're creating tension and holding, and you exhale and you relax. So there's muscles that do external rotation, you pull back. Now, there's a picture that I'll flash up on the screen that'll kind of show you this broadly, but rather than getting caught up in the specifics of this, I want you to think internal torque, external torque. And now this is how all the body moves in rotation. So if I'm running and I'm pushing into the ground, I need internal torque to drive, internal torque to punch, internal torque to throw, but external torque to load and to rebound. There's an active and reactive portion of that. So as you inhale, we're going to very slowly start to progressively add in more muscle engagement. So you're going to first start by getting your full breath fully all the way down into your pelvic floor. You inhale, and you go all the way down, and you fill the abdomen. You're not puffing the chest out, you're not raising the shoulders up, you're not bringing tension into the 4-pack, this abdominal, rectus abdominis here, you're pulling that down. As you start to get this flow in and out of the breath, then we're gonna start to feel the psoas. So if you laugh, you put your fingers right inside of your hips, and you ha ha ha, or either of those. What you'll notice is that pressure of the muscles that come on reactively, that's your psoas. Now we want to try and take all these things, and instead of reactively letting them happen, so if you push me and I move, that's a reaction. I want to actively engage these muscles. And so part of that in the inhale, we're going to actively start. First with the abdomen, then with the psoas, then with the medial glute. Not the external glute, but the medial glute on the inside that would push down. The adductors, the VMO, the tibialis, the calves, the pecs, the triceps, that are going to start to create these. Now, I understand that I just threw a lot at you. This is going to take a lot of time and a lot of practice, but broadly, this is the vision I want you to start thinking about. On the inhale, we create tension, and the exhale, we relax. I'm just going back and forth and feeling this in our body. So let's show you what that looks like. So by laying down on the ground, we're very relaxed. We're taking away all the desire, the need to stand to support ourselves. So we're just going to focus on inhaling in through the nose, out through the mouth. So as you inhale, you pull the chin up like you're smiling. I'll show you this. You inhale. So notice we're getting the face engaged. There's a lot of sympathetic, parasympathetic engagement in the face, so that's important. We inhale through the nose, a little bit of a smile, and then exhale through lips. You want the inside of the lips, the wet part of the lips, to relax as you back and forth, okay? So on the inhale, it's helpful to take your fingers. You can hold a weight here. I've found that that's a little bit distracting, so I just like to press fingers inside, right on the inside of the pelvis. You inhale. So notice, most of the time you're gonna feel, and this is harder to see or to feel the first time, but you're gonna notice if my chest is rising, I'm holding tension here. Notice that this is different, and then I relax. So this is the process. Slow inhale, full exhale. Slow inhale, full exhale. So back and forth. As you start to, and this is sped up, because typically you would like to set a timer for 15, 30, 45 minutes to do this, just to relax into it, take the pressure off. But as you start to do it, what you'll notice is you want to start to bring tension to the area. So if you press your fingers on the inside of your pelvis and, or ha ha ha, you laugh. If you laugh, you feel that muscle right at the inside engage. There's a long strip of muscle, that's your psoas. So you want to feel that. And so now we want to actively engage that. So we inhale. I start to notice that it'll take time, but, and again, this is not something you're gonna get right the first time, but it's a general paradigm of practice for you to work towards. You inhale, you feel the psoas engage, and you exhale and relax. Psoas engage, relax. And you start to build. Okay, now once I can get the psoas to engage with the full breath, not holding tension here, then I'm going to squeeze the glutes, and the inside of the glute, not the outside of the glute. I don't want to flip the legs out. That's external torque. I want to inhale here and squeeze the glutes, relax. And so then I can add on the VMOs. So the inside, the VMO is the inside quad muscle, that teardrop muscle. I inhale, contract the psoas, the glutes, and the VMO. Relax, inhale and out. So then I can start to work on the calves. I can work all the way down, and I can work up. So inhale, you can press your hands together, and then as you inhale, press your pecs and feel those engage, as well as the inside of your triceps, the short head of your bicep. And you notice this back and forth. As I inhale, I'm creating tension internally. Exhale, I'm relaxing fully into it. So if you start to lose it or you feel confused, just take a long exhale and just reset for a few breaths and work in and out. It's not a practice that you're gonna win. It's a practice of learning how to use your body. So that's incredibly important. You start thinking about this. Eventually, the breathing doesn't matter because you can work either way. The point is to have control of your breath, so you can, or you can work on longer inhale, exhale. So the point is not that there's a specific way to do it, it's that you have control over your body. Now, with that framework in mind, then you can start thinking about when I'm moving and lifting, I have this inhale and exhale. It's this constant flow. There's never this contraction. There's never holding on to your breath. That's a disconnect from the movement. Now, you always have to remember that because every single thing happens as we move. Next video, we're gonna talk about setting the range of motion, actually breathing while we go through those reps. But for now, I really want you to focus on this idea of the Swami. What you're thinking about is internal torque, external torque, and then continue to build this in, and we'll practice this as we go through the program, because that breathing sets your present, sets your state, and allows you to actively attack the work, and that is huge.